All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And let's start this video.
And things are really dark is happening in this video right here. Things are about to change big time. In this video she just released, I'm about to show you, MTG says that there is no 4D, 5D, or even 6D chess being played. That there is absolutely no plan to save America, and that things are really, really bad, and that she's stepping down. If you don't remember, I told you guys a month or two ago to watch her because something was off. And when I say something, I don't know, just watch the video and let me know your thoughts.
I've always represented the common American man and woman as a member of the House of Representatives, which is why I've always been despised in Washington, D.C., and just never fit in. Americans are used by the political industrial complex of both political parties, election cycle after election cycle, in order to elect whichever side can convince Americans to hate the other side more. And the results are always the same. No matter which way the political pendulum swings, Republican or Democrat, nothing ever gets better for the common American man or woman. Americans' hard-earned tax dollars always fund foreign wars, foreign aid, and foreign interests. Common Americans are no longer easily convinced by paid political propaganda spokespersons and consultants on TV and paid shills on social media obediently serving with cult-like conviction to force others to swallow the political party talking points. Through it all, I never changed or went back on my campaign promises and only disagreed in a few areas, like my stance against H-1Bs replacing American jobs, AI state moratoriums, debt for life 50-year mortgage scams, standing strongly against all involvement in foreign wars, and demanding the release of the Epstein files. Other than that, my voting record has been solidly with my party and the president. Loyalty should be a two-way street, and we should be able to vote our conscience and represent our district's interests because our job title is literally representative. America first should mean America first and only Americans first, with no other foreign country ever being attached to America first in our halls of government. If I'm cast aside by the president and the MAGA political machine and replaced by neocons, big pharma, big tech, military-industrial war complex, foreign leaders, and the elite donor class that can never ever relate to real Americans, then many common Americans have been cast aside and replaced as well. There is no plan to save the world or a 4D chess game being played. When common American people realize and understand that the political industrial complex of both parties is ripping this country apart, that not one elected leader like me is able to stop Washington's machine from gradually destroying our country, and instead the reality is that they, common Americans, the people, possess the real power over Washington, then I'll be here by their side to rebuild it.
So it says, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts, right? And that cruel Lord right now is Donald Trump. Now, we do know there's been infighting between the Republicans, fighting between the Democrats and the Republicans, and what has always been the main message of this gospel, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, is that don't vote. Don't vote in America, because your vote doesn't matter regardless. Regardless, it's going to be the same result. All right, your rent is going to rise up every single year, no matter who's in office. It doesn't matter if a Democrat's in office, it doesn't matter if Republicans in office. Your rent is going to rise. Property taxes is going to rise. The housing market's not going to get better, all right? And things will just continue to get worse. All right, let's say someone voted Republican for 20 years straight. Can the Republicans say within those 20 years that things have actually gotten cheaper? Can they say that their rent has actually dropped in price? Be real. Right, and it says right here, actually, MTG steps down. By the way, if you don't know, the woman in that video was Marjorie Taylor Greene. And it says, MTG announces she's resigning from Congress after a nasty public breakup with Trump. Right, Greene said her decision to resign was meant to be to avoid a hurtful and hateful primary from a candidate backed by the president. Right, so the thing is, Trump is the type of guy where, he has to hear what he wants to hear, not what you need to tell him to hear, or not what you need for him to hear. Basically, Trump wants itching ears and not criticism, right? And we know that Trump and all the other guys, they may be a Republican but a Democrat, but they're all in the same club, and you're not in it. Now, let's get out the scripture right here. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for you're not ignorant of his devices, right? We know that this voting doesn't work. We know we're not ignorant of that. We've been knew that. You still have simple people that still believe in democracy in America. You still have these people that believe in the two-party system. But we, as Israelites, we know that it doesn't matter. We know that the government is ran by the shadow government. And we know who's in the shadow government. I'm just going to say Amalek, right? So let's get another scripture here. Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword of destruction, right? So this is why, another reason why we shouldn't vote. Because for one, this isn't even our land. This isn't even our rest, right? So this isn't a land where we should be voting. This isn't a land where we should really be participating in politics, all right? Because the people over here, Esau wants America first, right? As Israelites, we don't care about no America first. We're Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai first. Screw America. America's going to be destroyed with the sword of destruction by nuclear missiles, right? So, brethren, I hope this lesson is edifying. Don't fall for this voting stuff, this two-party stuff. Just don't vote at all. Get your head out of the politics, but keep your head on the news, all right? It doesn't matter if the dude's a Republican or a Democrat. They're going to screw you either way, all right? So if this lesson is edifying, all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai and Shalom.